for Koodiyattam is the expression is, or the emotion is very important. I think emotion is the universal. I think Koodiyattam has a very long history because the generation they keep this tradition last 2000 years. So I think each artist or each Indians they have some responsibility to keep going to the next generation because the aesthetics of this performance and the tradition. So I think it's very relevant because if we lost these things, then we can't take back.
We wanted to bring Koodiyattam to Delhi because as an art form for which there are nowadays few opportunities to have a full performance outside of Kerala, it's also a form that I see as having really astonishing richness because of its depth and width. And by depth, I mean that it reaches back through time. It may be the oldest continuous tradition of dramatic performance in the world. It's certainly the only living form that continues the performance of Sanskrit plays. It presents these plays in a setting of just astonishingly detailed and beautiful elaboration in the form of gestures, of acting, of recitation, facial expressions. To watch a full performance as opposed to just reading, say, the portion of a Sanskrit play that it's based on, brings an incredible richness of life into the experience so that then it's never quite the same. These are stories that anyone who has been involved with India has already heard, but no one has heard them with this kind of richness. No one has seen them with this kind of detail in which the story is allowed to unfold.
This is a performance tradition which is really fighting for its life. Given the fact that we're talking about a classical tradition, which also assumes a kind of level of knowledge and erudition in the traditional sources, so scholars of Sanskrit and of Malayalam and of South Indian history and civilization and of South Asian civilization generally have a really lively interest in a form like this. And although I don't believe that scholars, universities should have to assume the main role in supporting this art form, really the main role should be assumed by patrons or governmental bodies or other funding agencies within India or abroad. So at the University and the University of Tübingen, we've now been involved for some 8 or 9 years in supporting full-scale performances, and that's in a way the key, and perhaps it's something that scholars of India can see and appreciate in an immediate way that is perhaps not available to everybody. That is the critical importance of seeing a complete, total performance. To allow for that to happen, for a complete performance, to achieve the aesthetic effect, if I can say so, a kind of almost unimaginable aesthetic effect, by completing the performance without any reduction in time, without cutting any corners. To achieve that, that's a reasonable goal in which I think scholars and academic institutions can play a part.